This beautiful board of bright flavors and delectable ingredients is sure to be the highlight of your next holiday party. It's a delicious spread that I'm told comes together in just minutes too. Tianna Evertson is here to share her tips for building 2 easy charcuteries. It's great to see you.
So good to see you too.
You are a pro at this.
Thank you.
There is an art to this, so I'll call you a kitchen artist at the same time. And I think, the charcuterie board, we know it, we love it, but when you actually go to assemble one, there is still an intimidation factor that runs high. We can do this in 5 minutes?
Absolutely. I believe in everyone that wants to attempt this. It's totally doable.
Okay, I am your eager student. So where do we start in building a charcuterie that looks like that for minimal time?
Perfect. So we actually like to take a nice little board. It could be round, it could be any kind of shape you want.
Okay.
So we like to start with the cheeses, and we have this nice brie here, and I like to slice it right down the middle.
So cheese first.
Cheese first. It's the balanced foundation of your whole board. You want to make sure that it's completely symmetrical, and you have that to use as your guideline. So right here we have our little brie.
It's making you work for it.
It's making us work for it. And so one of the really cute things you can do with this, we don't have a cookie cutter, but at home you could use your cookie cutter.
Oh, sure.
And make a little star out of it, or a tree.
That's eating time, but you're working quickly. I'm not here to add pressure. I'm just here to support.
You're good. You're
Look
good.
At you. Oh, that's pretty.
So what we're going to do is we're just going to take that apart.
Often, makes sense to place the cheese first in that it's usually kind of a unique shape, right?
Yes,
and it is the star of the board. Everyone loves the cheese the most. Look how lovely that is.
So you could do a little star, or you can do a little slice in here, a little, I'll show you 2 different ones here.
Okay.
This would actually look a lot better. All right, so then we just take our charcuterie and we just add our little
cheeses down.
And then just so we can understand what we're working with, we have a couple different roses that we did ahead of time, and I have a little video on Instagram that will show you kind of how to do that, but
do the salami
rose a little bit beforehand.
I like that you're using these small kind of to-go containers, these plastic disposable cups to kind of, because it becomes a little more grab and go at your party, right?
Absolutely, yes.
Okay, smaller pieces filling in next.
Yeah, so we like to do little bunches of grapes just to add a little bit of.
Can I ask about the color placement? Because the grapes and the salami, similar color. Are you looking to make those kind of color blocks on your board?
Yes, so we want it, whatever you have going on, if it's a festive time of year, you want to incorporate those colors. And so first we have these kind of red colors, but we're going to incorporate other green leafy pieces as well. So then we like to garnish it as you go.
And that would be kind of the finishing.
Yes.
That'd be the final minute of this race, right?
Yes, but you kind of like to just figure out where the colors are. So I like to put that in there as well.
We've got cheese, we've got meat, we've got fruit.
Everything,
Here comes more sweet. I think we need a crunchy. Isn't that how it goes?
Yes. So then we're just gonna pull a couple of these little crackers, kind of tuck them in. The nice thing about a charcuterie board is that you can really just hone in on your creativity. It's fun with kids. There's minimal usage of sharp objects, so it's really safe for them to use, and it's really fun for them. They love being involved.
You are sort of creating a symmetry here, where you've got crackers, meat. You're kind of dividing the board in half visually.
Yeah, so at the very end, it kind of all ties together.
It all blends.
Yes.
Okay.
So it's so fun just to discover which cheeses you really like, what your family likes.
As they say and as we know, there's no wrong way to charcuterie. Now it's a verb. But I think the point being there is kind of an artistry to it. Do you ever stand back and fidget for a good few minutes as you try to get everything looking just so? It
just is just a little balance. You just kind of play and kind of see how it comes together.
Yeah, trial and error.
Yes, and so I like to put a little bit of
cranberries as a garnish.
Cranberries.
That's really pretty.
I really like these pomegranate seeds.
Yeah.
And then if we wanted to, we could just put a little.
I like the use of the bowls. I think that's helpful for the at-home.
We have some chocolate here. I like to use dried fruit as well.
Okay.
And it adds a little pop of color.
Oh, that's dried fruit.
Yes.
Super lovely.
And then I like to just take the empty spaces and fill it in with some of these really lovely seasoned nuts.
So leave no space unfilled.
No space unfilled, yes. All right, and then I just love to have a lot of options. So with the other cheeses that I have here, I have a cranberry blueberry chev.
My favorite cheese. Harmon's this time of year?
Yes. Well, technically we like to use a blueberry chev, and we know that that's something that our audience loves.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
every person that orders a board from us, they're so excited about it. Heather Gay actually is a big fan. She
Okay.
loves it.
Fantastic.
Yes, and so I like to just add whatever feels right. Honestly, there's no wrong way to do a charcuterie board.
Yeah.
And I like to add little seasonal touches.
Okay. This
And
looks
so-
so full and so appetizing. We've got about a minute left. Will you
Perfect.
tell me about your second design?
Absolutely.
It's a charcuterie wreath.
It is, yes. So we love this time of year, but it's always fun to eat kind of with the season. So we have a cute little star like we were doing before. We have all the colors just balanced. And so you are gonna just bring this over to your party and people are gonna rave forever.
Smaller scale, the green foundation is the base, and you
Mm-hmm.
can play with the colors around it, and it does take on that wreath effect. Thank you so much for teaching us your ways. Now, what's good timing? If you're making a charcuterie board,
Mm-hmm.
how soon should you make it before your event, and how do you store it in between?
Yes, that's a great question. Actually, so you can use, a good time frame would be to do it the night before if you have something the next day.
Okay.
I like to do a little wet paper towel or just a towel.
Oh.
And that helps the cheese so it doesn't dry out.
Nice.
'Cause you
Just
don't want
cover
dry
it.
cheese.
Yes, exactly. And
And then-
refrigerate that until you're ready to serve and
Yes, but then
impress.
I would also make sure that your dry ingredients, like your crackers, are actually on the side until you're ready to serve. That way they're not absorbing all this moisture.
So not quite assembling until right before.
Have everything
Yes,
except for
yes.
those dry ones. Yeah.
Good tips and fun to see you at work, Tianna. Thank you
thank
so much.
you.
Where can we see more of your work?
Yes, we're on Instagram. We're at labellevecharcuterie.com. So we're
Okay.
all there.
Probably a busy time of year for you.
Oh, it's exciting.
Taking
we love
those
it.
party orders. Well, thank you for
Thank
sharing
you,
your craft.
Brooke.
We appreciate it.
Thank
And we'll
you.
link you over from our website, studio5.ksl.com.